Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?
Tonight, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now Moore. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Fielded at the 33. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. He's inside the 40. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Young off the play fake. Man open, here is Jones. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Moore now. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Moore. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Throwing, Young. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big play there for Vegas.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Raiders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And the Raiders have got him. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here from the 38. The A great return there of 22 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Throwing on first down, Youngblood. The left side completion to Jones. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage. When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there is no space available, and incompletion as a result.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off play action, Youngblood sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After reviewing the play, on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. McBride.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 29. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he's going to come up a few yards short, brought down at the 45. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They go play action here on first down.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Youngblood.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to bounce that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw. McBride. And it's caught. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Raider offense heading back for one final 1st half drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. Youngblood. He completes it to Jones. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. In your face! Kicked off at the 49, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And it's hard to imagine that the 1st half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the 2nd half?
Just continue to play smart football, because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's taken at around the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They run the counter now on first down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. Youngblood. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the silver and black continue to roll.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
A try here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. McBride. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brewer. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. McBride. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot.
And coughed it up, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Youngblood. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Look at the big man rumble. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Now the extra extra-point try forthcoming. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the fourth quarter. Off the play fake, Youngblood. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Raiders are pouring it on. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Setting down to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, McBride, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On first down, McBride. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Brewer.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Moody. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's going to be 3rd down and forever. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McBride. And this one is incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point attempt to follow here. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And the Raiders have got him. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 3rd and long. McBride. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Off-play action. Youngblood. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good